Hey guys, welcome back to the Painfully Human podcast. My name is Edward. I'm excited. I say that at the beginning of every podcast episode because I don't know how to intro this show after 8 months of doing it. But today we're doing a different type of episode. If you're listening for the first time or if you've been with us for a while, I just want to thank you for keeping on listening because we're not like the other podcasts in the sense of we know what we're doing, but we don't always know what we're doing because I have the best team ever here. But a lot of this, we just flow with what we do. So on the way here, I wrote a bunch of notes of just stuff that I wanted to update you guys with. This is not an episode for, if you're just dropping by, you're welcome to stay. But this episode is really for the people that care, who have been on the journey since the very beginning, the faithful few, those who have been DMing and have been curious. I got a DM recently from someone. You'll know who you are because they said miss ka na namin, and this is a specific group of people who would always come and watch on ASAP. You guys know who you are. I love you, and I just felt in my heart a couple of weeks ago to create an episode with just a couple of life updates. And it's not just updates on personal stuff, what's going on in my life, but just stuff that's been going on in general. Because I kind of realized, and I was talking to the team earlier, it's like, I kind of just disappeared from show business. And it's like, what happened? A bunch of articles came out. I became a pastor. And that wasn't the plan. Sorry, that wasn't in the schedule when we started this show. And so I just feel like I wanted to honor everyone's honor everyone's engagement with this by kind of giving people an update, giving you guys an update on what's been going on. So yeah, newsflash, I became a pastor in training. I'm not fully ordained. I'll go through a process for it. But it's been one of the honors of my life to be doing what I'm doing at the moment. It has probably been the single-handedly been the hardest thing I've ever done, but also the most filling and fulfilling thing I've ever done as well. And I've only been doing it for like 6-7 months, not even. Uh, sorry, someone did it. Sorry, guys. Oh no, I deal with a lot of kids who do that every single Sunday. So to update, I'm part of a church called Favorite Church. If you guys haven't heard of it, that's not a plug. But if you want to see us on a Sunday, we have our Sunday services in Inares. If you're watching on YouTube, the details will pop up. Right there, tama ba? Right there, pop up on your screens. If you want to see me midweek, come to our offices in Shangri-La Studio EDSA on the sixth floor. My life looks really different now. And I wrote down notes because I've learned from our early episodes. You have nobody to write notes. Everyone's like, great content, so messy. So no structure. Would be really nice if you had a plan. I'm like, okay, I hear you. Fine. I can't just flow. So I wrote notes on what I want to talk about. But I wanted to start with what life looks like right now. Life for me before would look like if I had 4 events a month, I'd be balling. Like I'm good. I don't know about balling. Sorry, I am secure. I was good. You know, four events a month. That's 4 days of work a month if you think about it, because it's events, and then probably throw in 3 days of ASAP, maybe 7 days of work properly a month, and that's a really good month. For context, I didn't get 4 events a month usually. And so that's what my life kind of looked like before. So when I wasn't working, I was kind of just flowing, doing stuff. I used to play a video game. If you've tracked with my story, called Mobile Legends. Shout out to you guys. I was addicted for many years. But when I started working, I was like, oh no, this doesn't. It's what filled me, and it's what not filled me. Took up my time was probably more like it. I don't play that anymore. Sorry to all the hardcore guys that I played with before. And so what life looks like now is I work a 10 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. job, full-time job from Tuesdays sorry, 5 days a week. So Tuesday to Friday, and then a whole day on Sunday. So my days off are a Monday and a Saturday. And if things still need to get done, I work on that. And I work as the kids pastor in our church. And like I said, it's been an awesome honor. There may be some people from Favor that watch this. There might be some parents that are watching this, and I pray I don't say something I regret, because we try and not edit the episode midway, so just things are as raw and engaging as possible, and just as truthful as possible. So, pastor in training, it basically just means I'm one of the pastors in our church. We're in a training period. It's usually around 2 years. And what that means is that I get to walk with people through the highs and lows of their life. A lot of people ask, what does a pastor do? Everything. Sorry, you kind of do everything. But like there's obviously a lot of many people around. Like, I just want to say a shout out. Again, this is a family update. So I just want to say an awesome shout out to our kids ministry. I'm the only one technically paid to be there. And we had on Sunday, if I remember the numbers correctly, we had 175 kids come, and we had around 112 volunteers come, which is actually more than we actually needed on a Sunday. Was it 100? It was 85? 95. No, but we also had the pioneers. So we had a bunch of different volunteers come, and it was so cool, because these guys come in. These awesome men and women come in on a Sunday, 6:30 a.m. We have our Sunday services in a cockfighting arena, a sabong arena. God bless you, Inares Sports Arena. You say it's a sports arena. It is sport. It is a sport. It is a sport. We love Inares. And so anyway, we have church in a sabong arena. So in the midweek, it's covered in the blood of the chicken. On the Sunday, it's covered in the blood of Jesus. So we have it, and we just do church in a sabong arena. Our church started in a condominium, and then it went to a bar that's now been torn down. Then it went to an awesome studio in Shangri-La by faith. And then it went to a hotel in the midst of, hotel plaza venue thingy, a function room. There you go, function room in the Crown Plaza, and then it went to Metro Tent Podium, all these different places. Now we're in a sabong arena, so it's cool that we do kids church in changing rooms. And I just want to say a huge shout out to these guys, because they come in and they set up and then they sit down, and these are mothers, these are fathers, these are kids. These are young adults who have just decided to, not just decided, but realize there's something bigger than what they're doing. And I'm so blessed. So shout out to the whole kids team. I can go on and talk about them, but that's what it looks like for me. This podcast at the moment is being shot on a Monday. I think we're doing sometimes on Saturdays. We might do it in the future on Saturdays. But those are the days off. So before I go on about probably what I'm doing right now, maybe I got to talk about how I got here. So I want to say it straight out first off before I give all the context, because videos show that in the first 10 minutes people stop watching this podcast. That's what the stats say. So here it is. For those of you who know Direct Lauren, I love you, Direct Lauren. In August of 2025, I got a call, and the call was from our generation's pastor, Pastor Paul Carolino, and we were talking about some life stuff. I wanted to talk to him about things I was going through. And then we talked about that for like 2 to 5 minutes, not even a lot. I probably wanted to talk about it a little more. But he's like, no, you're good. And then he said, hey, there's a position on staff that's opening up. Would you like to come on staff at church? And for those of you who know me, who have been close to me, who have heard me speak in small conversations, something I never thought I would get the chance to do, but I wanted to do in some capacity. So I wanted to serve in church. Everyone knows that, I guess, at this point. I wanted to serve in church, but I never thought I'd get paid to serve in church. And so I got the opportunity. And the funny thing is, a month before that, one of my closest friends prayed over me. This is right before I went to Europe. And he said, hey, Edward, I just get a real feeling in my heart, in my spirit, that And the next month, God's going to answer questions that you've had for years. And for the next month that came after that, I was like, nothing's happening. No one said anything. And so God didn't do anything. And then on the last day of my trip, I got this call from Pastor Paul. I'm like, this is what he was talking about. And so from there, in the next couple of months, I really wrestled. And I ended up at one point, like this, how I'm telling it may not do the story justice. Direct Lauren was so gracious in all of this, but I really sat with him and I eventually talked to him and I said, hey, I really want to do this. I know we have a contract upcoming that's now at this point it's signed. I'm still with Star Magic, but I kind of gave him this whole speech of saying, Derek, I want to do this. I know you've invested so much, 10 years basically in me. I didn't want to sign the contract and then tell you that I'm not going to be there from Tuesday to Friday and Tuesday to Friday and then Sunday. And for context, weekends is really when we do a lot of work in show business. And so I gave this whole speech of how this is what I want to do. And at the end, he just said, Edward, you're making it sound like this is a bad thing. Go, do it. Like, I would encourage you to balance show business and this, but like we're for you on it. I know this is something that you've wanted to do. And so long story short, I thought it was going to be this huge thing of like, I'm going to have to fight for it and believe. And Direk was just like, yeah, do it. And the beautiful story of that is that many, many years ago, I think back in 2017 or 2018, Direk called me to his office and he said, I've been seeing these tweets about you. And they were basically making jokes and making a lot of comments on me as a man. I'm just like, he doesn't know what he's doing with his life. And it just shows the intentionality of Direk Lauren that with his artists, he'll see these things and he's intentional with the person and the human being. And he called me in. This is 2017, 2018. And he said, hey, Edward, I've just been seeing these things. I want to encourage you to get to know who you really are and find out who you are as a man. And I think that was one of the things that started off me on a journey of figuring out what I want to do. And I have a lot of great friends in show business that love me and care for me enough to tell me that they don't agree with what I'm doing right now. And that's great. I actually need some people like that. They know who they are, and I love you, and I love them very much. I just want to say that I love you guys. Because through the wrestle, it's also given me a conviction of like, wait, I actually feel like this is what I'm called to do. And that's where I went in life. So now I'm in full-time ministry. There are times where I say no at church to pictures. I just want to say that. If you see me at church, I'd love to, I've said it on this podcast before, I'd love to just have a conversation with you. We had a worship conference recently at our church, and there are some people there that asked for pictures. And hey, that's great. I love seeing you guys, but I would love to know your name first. And so we had that. And at the end of the day, I'm not necessarily an artist fully anymore. You know what I mean? I'm a pastor, and to be honest, in this country, you kind of throw that around a lot. Is that fair to say? A lot of people, you just kind of throw it like, hey, I'm pastor. I'm like, no, you're a servant. Which I'm not perfect at all these things. I'm in training. I'm learning. I make mistakes. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. There you go. I make mistakes. Oh my goodness. I make mistakes. And so I have great people welcoming me in that. But I just wanted to share that story because what that meant was if I'm not there on Sundays, that things like ASAP don't work the same way. And I just want to say I love ASAP so much. I love all the family at ASAP, all the artists. I saw him recently, and it just tugged at my heartstrings of, man, I spent so much time with these people. And more than I love the work, I love the people so much. I love it dearly, and it just really made me think. Like, I'll be really real with you guys. I've had moments where I'm like, did I make the right decision in doing this? And then, don't get me wrong, God comes in and like, yep, I know. When I pray about it, I'm like, yes, I believe it, that there are things that I'm doing right now that I'll wrestle with. But there are things as well that I just know I'm called to do. And at the end of the day, Um, no matter how much I miss things, I know there's a mission that I feel like I'm on. And so this podcast is part of that. And it's not a mission. I honestly, this is a passion project. If you guys think we're earning from this, God has provided for everything here, from the equipment to the people, to the location to everything. And He's provided the finances to look after it. So I pray if there's just one person that feels blessed by this, then, or feels encouraged by it, then this is all worth it. Um, that's the story of me talking to Direct Lauren and going through that wrestle. I also want to share that what actually happened is I talked to my dad one day. This is right after I found out that I would be coming on staff, and I didn't say yes to it yet, but I was still thinking about it, etc. And so what ended up happening is I I told my dad straight away, hey, this is what I want to do, and I actually got offered to come on staff. And being a good dad, being a logical dad, he said, all right, what are you gonna earn from it? And I told him the number. And for context, if you're joining ministry to get money, you're either doing the wrong thing with your life, or your heart's not in the right place, because you're not gonna earn a fortune off of doing ministry, and it shouldn't really be the case, to be honest. If you are, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I've met a lot of pastors as well. Their dream is to not get paid by the church. That is the goal of a lot of pastors. That's my goal, that you don't need to be paid. Like, so that's why you see pastors, like even our pastor at church. I don't know if he has businesses on the side to sustain. It's not, the goal is to be. Shout out, I believe CCF. A lot of their pastors, their senior pastors, don't get paid by the church. They're running off of businesses they have, and it's great because then no one can accuse the pastor from taking money, stealing money from the church. I just want to say that. Sorry, came out of nowhere. But anyway, told my dad about it and told him, hey, this is what I've been getting paid. And again, I love my dad. Dad, I love you. And I love it because it gives me perspective on a lot of stuff. He said, hey, I don't think this is enough if you want to get married one day, and you want to sustain a family. I need you to know that. And so he was really preparing me through that. And so there was a moment where I was like, okay. And it's not that my dad didn't believe in it, but he's like, man, okay. I'm factoring in the fact that I know that God is a God that provides. And so eventually I was like, I kind of got discouraged for a little while, and that was probably for a week. And then I kind of snapped back and I was like, God has provided everything for the podcast. God has provided everything throughout years. When I was honestly trying to run away from show business and a lot of stuff that I was doing, God provided for me even then. God provided for those in the Bible. I still see it now. God is alive. He's still present in my life. Why am I afraid? So I said yes, and I just can't say it enough. God has provided more with me coming out of showbiz than I was when I was in showbiz. It doesn't make sense. I've gotten events, weddings, pageants, engagements, and I've been able to. I hope the team is happy with still getting paid. I hope. Okay, they didn't react, so I hope so. We have dreams to do different things with this podcast as well. It's just different, but that was a wrestle, and I wanted to share that with people, that sometimes you feel called to follow God. It doesn't look. People won't always agree. People won't always. Sometimes the practicals don't make sense, but if God always made sense, we'd be taking the God of the universe and fitting him to a 3-pound brain, and that wouldn't really make him God anymore. That would just make him understandable, and that's not really who he is. There's a lot of mystery in all of it. But yeah, I had my wrestles with all of this, but it started years ago. I actually want to talk about a couple of my friends. I was talking to them, and they're saying, hey, you should probably talk to them about how this came to be. Because what a lot of people saw was I was in show business, and that was kind of like what they saw. And suddenly, bam, you're a pastor. How did that happen? What happened? And I want to at least share this. I want to say, statistics-wise, solo episodes are the least watched. But I love them because that means the people who are watching consider this a place that they can call home. And so I want to speak to you guys today. What happened for me is that in 2024, I joined a favorite Bible college. And I started in Bible college, kind of started volunteering there as well. It's a paid course, so it's a year that you dedicate to serving God. I'm looking around the room right now. One of our team members, Ange, is actually in Favorite College right now. So technically, I can give feedback. No, I'm kidding. No, so we did Favorite College, and at one point, early last year, 2025, we were in Podium, and we had our kids services there. And I was one of the interns in that ministry. And I saw a lot of women. So for context, churches all over the Philippines are mostly women. It's like 66% women in our church, 33% men. Something like that, 34% men. So in other words, it's easy for a guy to find a girlfriend, easier. It's harder for a woman to find a good man. So men in Favorite Church, step up. There are women waiting in the wings. Some of the women are laughing because they're like, yes, please, Lord Jesus, send the good men. But anyway, sorry, not at all related. But I started interning there, and so for context, our church, whether you understand church or not, just stick with me for a second. It takes a lot to run a church. So we are a church that at the moment is nomadic. We don't have our own building. So we're kind of moving around from venue to venue. We keep our things in a truck or in a storage location, and we bring that stuff out, bring it to the venue at midnight on a Sunday. We set it all up. We pack it down right after. We have phenomenal volunteers that will wake up at 2 a.m., midnight. They won't sleep just to get the stuff done. And so I say all that because at that time in Podium, our kids team, made of mostly women, were bringing in giant mega boxes. I'm not talking about the small ones. I'm talking like the 220-liter mega boxes full of stuff, carrying it from trucks. And I'm like, something rose up in me. I'm like, what the heck is going on right now? I'm like, where are the dudes? And I look around, and I'm like one of the only guys there. And I'm like, this is crazy that people are doing this. And so that was one of the moments where I was like, okay, maybe I can help out here. At the time, I was serving in our youth ministry, and with all the awesome teenagers and favorite youth, shout out to you, services every Saturday in Shangri-La. And so what happened is I kind of seeing the women have in some ways stronger hearts than the men, and I'm like, I can't stand for this. So I started getting involved, and my heart just kind of grew for it, and it grew more and more, and eventually I moved to the kids team. And a couple months later, I had that conversation with our generation's pastor, Pastor Paul, and came in. And until today, one of the greatest honors of my life. And so that's kind of what I wanted to say. I wanted to make this episode because to those of you who care, to those of you who have been messaging, and not everyone does this, and it's okay, but you probably won't see me on TV as much. And that's weird for me to say because in August this year, which is only a couple months from now, it'll be my 10 years in show business. And I did not think that I'd celebrate my 10 years like this. I will still be in show business. I just won't be on TV as much. And I don't know. Seasons can always change. I never know. Like, I never thought I'd be here. I always thought I'd still be doing showbiz on the side. And to be clear, I am. If you want to get me for your events, weddings, pageants, the details pop up on the screen right now. I still love to work with people. I'm still part of the Star Magic catalog with all the different artists, which reminds me I have to get back to my manager on the Victorial date, which is on the 29th. I'm still doing events. We'll still be doing this content. I'll still be talking to my artist friends. But in this season, it just looks a little different. And I'm humbled. I'm blessed. I live a life now it's weird to say, it's slower, but it's faster at the same time. Like I told you before, sometimes I would work 7 days a month, and that was a good month. You know what I mean? Now, don't get me wrong, there are other artists who work so much more, but I would work only that. And now I work most days. I've had to... I'd actually like to share with you guys just a couple of stuff that I've been getting into. And I've gotten into book collecting, weirdo. Shout out to all the book collectors. It's so fun. So I've been reading books that I read as a child, like or as a teenager, like the Percy Jackson series and Hunger Games, and I'm collecting them in hardcover box sets, which is extremely specific. And it's so hard to find all of these. I'm such a nerd. I've realized, guys, I'm such a nerd. Like, I'm so happy that people, like my friends and those close to me, accept me. Because a lot of people, I feel like if they saw me from when I was in show business, and then they met me in real life, they'd be really disappointed because I'm like such a nerd. So I love those box sets. I like reading. It gives me so much rest. I'm the type of guy that if I had a jacuzzi, I sit in the jacuzzi and read a book. I don't know. I know, right? So shout out to all the book collectors. I've gotten into Pokemon cards. Now I don't always open packs because they're pretty expensive. I hope it goes down so I can enjoy it with my son and my children one day. But I've gotten into it. I've gone to card cons, guys, on my day off. And I just want to say, the 3 areas. I'll name 3 areas that I've had the most wholesome engagements with people ever. And number 1 is church. Duh. Imperfect people. But then again, at the same time, you can have extremely inauthentic conversations at church. So just be real. In favor, we aren't perfect, but we try. And people sometimes they're too authentic. They're like, "How are you?" And they're like, "Oh my gosh," and I'm like, "Oh gosh." The guy come up to me and give me a hug, and I was like, "Okay." Anyway, number 2 is card cons. I've had such awesome engagements with people. Shout out to all the TCG community. TCG stands for trading card games. Yeah, is that right, Rafa? And so shout out to all of those who are at Manila Card Con. I had such an awesome experience. Like we're just talking. So here's the geeky part about everything. Nerdy part. I love it. I'm such a neat. Every time you do a deal, you have to shake the hand, and I'm like, you do it, and you're like, can you do 150 pesos on the card? They look at you, you're like, yeah, I can do it, and you're like, all right, and then and it's so cool. I don't know, do you guys, but I'm happy that I got to do it. So that's been something I'm getting into. Favorite Pokemon is Charmander, and then Eevee is also really, really cool. And so that's I'm trying to look at the list of the stuff I have to talk about too. Yeah, there's been a lot that's happened in the last couple of months, and we'll do this as well. And I just wanted to share it with you guys. Like, there's been some awesome stuff that's been happening, but I feel like I haven't been able to share it as much. And to be honest, part of me has wrestled with the not a lot of people would want to hear it anymore, because what I'm doing now is not what I used to do. Now, I'm just thinking about doing this now, but we've done this before in church. I've done it before in my life, but I actually want to speak to everyone who may be watching right now. And if you're hearing what I'm talking about doing with my life now, and you're still listening right now, first of all, thank you. But second of all, if you actually don't like where my life is going, and you don't like the content that I'm creating, I actually want to formally be like, that's okay. Go ahead and watch other things, because I'm hoping to share a little bit more about what's going on in my life. I have awesome things happening in my personal life, and awesome thing happening in my family and my friends. And before, maybe this is an update that would be cool, is before I used to be so afraid of people seeing my personal life, and I still have the stuff that, the knee-jerk reactions that happen. Like, if someone asks me for a picture, my automatic thing is to pretend I'm busy because I'm like, please don't talk to me. I just want to get my coffee, and I'm human. I'm sorry. And I have to learn to not have that anymore, because, it's like when you've learned a behavior, you have to unlearn it. And so I'm learning to not be afraid that something's gonna happen with my personal life, because I just realized, just go through life, and live the life, and so I'm hoping to just be able to celebrate my life like everyone else celebrates their life, and that's probably why I don't post on social media. Sandra, can you just come? Sandra, just come and can just peek into the wide shot and just say hi. Is that okay? Are you good? Are you okay with being seen? Okay, go. Say hi. This is Sandra. And then Angge, can you say hi too? Are you okay doing that? All right. This is Angge. Say hi, Angge. There you go. Those are the two people. Oh, and then Serene's not here at the moment, but Serene, you've seen her before. Those are the three people that handle my social media. I don't post. I haven't posted anything myself in the last 6 months. Guys, I love face-to-face interaction. Social media is not for me. Um, my life has been so much more peaceful. If you want to have a peaceful life, just don't go on social media. I literally pay these people to do it for me. And it's just because I still want to keep the interaction there, and I still want to keep on creating stuff. And I really pray this reaches someone. Um, Here's another thing that I've battled with. I battle with genuinely believing when people DM me saying they need help or they want prayer, they need to talk. Sometimes, if I'm being really human, which is what the podcast is about, sometimes when people message, they say they need help. I'm like, do they really? Or do you just want to talk? So, here's the compromise here. If you can make it to church on a Sunday, I will tell you exactly where I'm standing. And if you want to talk, come to church in RS Sports Arena, 10 a.m. on a Sunday, 4 p.m. I will be there at doors open. Doors open 9:30ish, 9:20ish now. There's actually no real doors open. It's really hot at the moment. Just come in, and then 3 p.m. ish, 3:30, something like that. I should know this. What the heck? I'm saying something like that, but I know. Sorry, I know. Pastor James, I know. And then come and just talk. And midweek, I'm at the studio in Shangri-La, and it's on the 6th floor, and I'm there from 10 a.m. to 5:30. Now, I will have meetings. Sometimes I will not be able to talk. I do have a job. There's stuff to plan and coordinate and do. But I want to open that up. Like, what if one day, instead of shooting this on cameras, we open up a venue and we have a live podcast instead? What if there's an audience? Do you guys want to be part of that? Because we actually want to dream and think about doing that. So if you feel that's something that you want to be part of, just send a poop emoji in the YouTube, and we will see your poop, and we will know you want to be part of this family. Because we'd love to. And the more I grow up as a person, the less I look at social media. And I just want to clarify as well, I'm the one messaging on social media. I'm the one replying to comments. That's all me. I don't do it perfectly all the time, but I try. But can I just be real with you? I'd rather have a conversation with everyone watching. If it's 2,000 people, I would love to meet you. I would love to see it. I would love to talk. Some of the most authentic conversations I've had have been with people I don't know at CardCon or a bazaar. Sorry, the third one is a bazaar I forgot to say the third one. I bought mugs from a guy in Shangri-La the other day, and he handmade all these mugs, and they're pieces of art. Do you know the name of it? No, I forgot the name of it. And so, long story short, so genuine, so proud of what they're doing. And I just wholesome conversations. So if you want to have those, you know where to find me. You know where to find us. You'll see Serene, Sandra. You'll see Rafa, Charles, who's helping out today, Tristan, everyone. You'll see them on a Sunday. And I just want to say this to the people watching. If you're going through crap, that's normal. Don't go through it alone. We're trying to open up all the different lanes to do it. If you have kids that you'd love to bring to the kids ministry, that I'd get to hang out on a Sunday, I'm no one special. There are volunteers that are phenomenal, that would, more than just having a great program, would want to just look after and love on your kids. We're not weird. We have security clearance. We have such a big process so that volunteers can come in. But we would love to see you on a Sunday. This is a shameless plug to come to Favorite Church. Why? I want you to. You can encounter God there. If you're going through something, but also it's what I'm a pastor, guys. It shouldn't be weird at this point that I'm inviting you guys to church. I'll invite people to church by shaking your hand somewhere random in the mall, but if I have a place to speak about it, this is it. So to everyone here, this is your formal invitation. The details are right here. I'd love to see you at church, and I'd love to talk to you. Have a great day. Have a blessed day. This is the end of the episode.